So I'm on the hunt today for another place to dig. I'm walking through this field looking for signs of a homestead, looking for glass and pottery right now. Somewhere in the middle of this field there should be remnants of it. He was a Union soldier from New York and was an enlisted man and got wounded, I believe, twice during the course of the war, and came out here afterwards and settled out here in this field. And actually his farm was bigger than just this one field, and lived here the rest of his life and is buried not too far away. And I came out today to see what the field was in, whether it had corn on it already or not. And that was good news, because it's been disked, but it's just this grass is called cheat. It's a natural grass that grows, and so I'll call the owner and get permission to dig in here, but just kind of a initial survey here, I guess you could say. See if we can find anything. So I'm back again, and I've gotten permission, and the first thing I dug was about a 30. I didn't bother showing it, I just thought it'd be nothing special, and I have no idea what it is. First I thought, laying there in the dirt, it was part of a doorknob, but it's beyond me. This part is threaded. I don't know. If anyone knows, leave a comment, because I would like to. Well, so I just went about 25 yards or so down the hill there and came back. My pouch was completely full of iron farm trash, so evidently they kind of piled stuff up down there. And here it is. Got a ring, railroad spike. That's for a sickle bar mower. I think that's from a pump, an old hand pump, or hooked to a windmill. Just all kinds of things. Now I know the house was that way from the barn. The barn was over there. So I think I'm gonna go that way and see where the nails run out, so I'll know where the house, the general idea where the house was. But I've got to be close and take it from there. Yeah, I had about a 50 signal, and it's not too terribly exciting, but it's I think it says Lee, a pants button. Then get them out of my pouch here. Kind of interesting. I'm always amazed bottlenecks can survive after 100 years of farming, but kind of a cool one. That would have been a beautiful bottle if it made it. And then this one was from somewhere in Kansas, ending in an A. Probably Wichita. Don't know. Got a Peters 4440. Good size weapon. Okay, I'm getting a consistent 85 now. Before I dug it, it was like that, and then I dug it out and I was only getting in the 60s. Now it's up there again and I don't know what it is. And I still have no idea. Clean it out a little bit, but I'm guessing it's newer than anything I want. Yeah, so I don't know. It reads like silver. It's got threads on the inside. Just not sure what it was. Interesting. Well, it's a beautiful new day. I'm back again. Gonna spend several hours this morning doing this. As you can see, I brought Little Red with me. Last time I was here, I hauled about 50 pounds of iron out in my pouch, all the way to my truck way out there, and that was a little painful. So I thought I'd bring the four-wheeler and a bucket, because I want to dig iron. I want to find any tools or gun parts or anything like that. And so we're just going to get to it, make the most of the morning I have, and see if we can find anything good. Well, not much success yet, but I just saw this on the ground. That is an old, it's a very old shotgun shell. It is a UMC Arrow 12 gauge. So I'll hang on to that and we'll keep going. Alright, I just came up with a good piece of scrap iron. A little bent, but it's still good. Now, what do you suppose this dude was? It's definitely a blade. Just a short little handle. I don't know. Have to think about that one. Well, I just pulled a button out of the ground. Sure, it's a overall button. It says something St. Louis. Come on. Premium St. Louis. So that could be, I don't know. The time period that I'm looking for stuff, they didn't really wear bib overalls yet. This could be from a farmhand from much later, you know, out here harvesting or whatever. But we can look that up. And now I have a, let's get a focus, Sensible Wichita. That's funny. I do like collecting these things, finding different styles that I don't have already. So that's cool. I haven't seen one of those yet. Now I got a plain old Lee. Now it's, I think, Lee Union Alls. I think. Little broken. Okay, I just got a piece off a single tree, it looks like, and I don't know, that might have been a part of a bit for a horse, but I'm not sure. I think so. Well, I'm making my way back again for one last try, probably. Done a pretty thorough job so far searching where the home site was. So I think I'll go back over where probably the barn was, and in between the two, and maybe circle around the hill on the slopes, see if I can find anything that might have been dropped. And this all depends on the weather. It's been extremely wet and rainy. Lots of thunderstorms, tornado activity the past week or two. As you can see, it's very muddy. Boots are already wet. So if I start hearing thunder, I'm out of here, because I'm working on the highest point in an open field with a shovel in one hand and a metal detector in the other, so I don't like the odds. So let's see if we can find anything. Just minding his own business, and I gotta do this. Okay. Low to mid 50s. I've been going for about half an hour. Just haven't found anything great, and I don't know what this is. Oh, it's another Lee. This boy lost a lot of coverall or overall buttons. Wow. Well, that's better than nothing. Okay. So I just dug this. This has to be part of the height adjustment. You know, you'd have a long handle and a pin that would insert in here to adjust the height on some kind of farm machinery, most likely horse drawn, looking at how this thing was made. So that's kind of interesting, right? And then I had a mid-60s signal. Probably another button. Sure enough, and guess what it is? Yay! Okay. Well, I'm officially calling it quits out there. Feeling a bit like a Victorian scrap dealer. Got a lot of stuff I hauled out of there. But I spent probably 4 or 5 days out there, a couple hours, 3-4 hours each time, and this is what I came up with. Nothing just astounding. One day I'll get onto a site with coins again, and that'll be exciting when it happens, but they're kind of few and far between out here. People were very, very careful with their money. So, I'll just kind of briefly go through some of this stuff. There's you'd call it a sheep shear is the most common reason for it. There would have been 2 of those blades you squeeze together. Could have sheared anything with it, even the kids. This, I'm still not sure what that is. Some kind of blade. Just got a lot of heavy latches and pieces, and that and this I think are a file. I assume they go together, but put those over here. Here are pieces of, oh, actually the bucket I used to haul some of this. There's a piece right there. Those 3 are the same thing. That has a number on it, but I have no idea what the part would have been for. Homemade pieces, more latches. There's a piece of a pump, hand pump. Pins, pipes, railroad spikes, implement chains, some more rings, pieces of single tree. This, it's a brass piece. I forget what company. I found that before. Gives a beautiful signal. You really get excited when you hear that thing. I think it's off a tractor. Very early tractor. More implement parts. Got a lot of decorative stove pieces. Here's some more. Let's see, fancy designs. That must have had a wooden pole in it for something. And you saw most of the glass I found. Spoon and spoon handle. Rings. There's a piece of a bit. I think that's just a roofing hatchet. That would be my guess. This is another, looks like a hammerhead. Very beat up. Not sure what kind. This is a hinge, to a fold-out ruler. If you can see the graduations, the lines there. Inside the pocket watch, some pretty old all brass shells. UMC arrow. It's a Winchester leader. More shells. Buckles. Not sure what that was exactly. Interesting little brass piece. Still not sure what that is. This thing looks like a reed, like a harmonica type reed, but it would have been round. I don't know. Need to think about that. There's an old grommet. And then the buttons. Oh, I got I think those are 3240 casings, and these are all 4440. The one that won the West, right? And then all the coverall overall buttons. The man liked Lee. And there's a Lee Union All, Premium St. Louis, Sensible Wichita. and tiny little button with a fancy little design on it. And that's about it. I'm sure all these buttons were later. The man that I researched, that was a veteran, died in the early 1900s. Coveralls, overalls really didn't become into popular use till a little bit later. So they could have been from a son or the next owner of the property or something like that. But I still like to find them, especially ones that I don't have. They're just something different to find and kind of neat. Oh, and this. That reminds me of a scabbard end, but I have no idea what that is. Big heavy piece of brass. Another bit. Here's this thing that I don't know what it is. There's a clock face, like a mantle clock. A little arrow. There's another big piece of brass and iron in the center. So, yeah. If you see anything you recognize that I do not know, don't hesitate to leave a comment down below or email me through my website. You can find that. Anyway, like I said, we're going to hunt for better things, and but I'm out there just to enjoy being out there finding some history. So thanks for watching, and come join me again. Oh, and one more interesting piece. It was underneath some other junk. Yeah, I don't know. It's brass. Got an interesting design on it, but I don't really know if it was some kind of brooch or what it was. And that's the rest of the story.
Lady, you are about a half a bubble off the plum, and that's for sure and for certain.